Hey guys, before I jump into this one, what I want you guys to do is leave a like on this video, obviously, and then go down in the comments and tell me your Spider-Man 2 wish list for PS5. I want to know what you guys want to see in the next game, and make it big features that you think are somewhat realistic but also juicy. And if I get enough of these, I might make a video talking about your wish list for Spider-Man 2. Look, I get it, man. Spider-Man Miles Morales literally just came out about a week ago here. I know, and I'm already looking ahead. I know it seems way too early, but I just can't help it, man, because it's not a full game, this Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's amazing. I love it. It's so much fun, but it really leaves you wanting more, as it should, but it's a short story, and it's not as fully fleshed out as the original game, and you know what? With the new PS5 being out, you can't help but look to the future and wonder, wow. Especially when you see Peter in Miles Morales, like, wow, dude, what's it going to be like when we get you back? And if you've seen that post-credit scene at the end of Miles Morales, you must be thinking towards the future, man. Oh, yeah. But I've already put in about 25 hours into Miles Morales, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, man, there's one thing that if they added this would make everything so much better, would add a bunch of playtime, a bunch of fun and enjoyment to the game, and it would make a bunch of us incredibly happy. And it's difficult, man. It's not easy, but I think it's almost a given, especially with the PS5. There's no excuse for them not to do this. Let me just say also that this isn't my #1 wish, but I would love it if we could play as Peter and Miles in the next Spider-Man game. How sick would that be? It'd be kind of like a GTA 5 character switch system, or maybe for different sections you play as somebody else. But I love it if we could play as Miles and Spider-Man, Peter Parker. But my #1 wish for Spider-Man 2 is an improved New York. Now this would absolutely blow up the free roam, and by this what I mean specifically is I want access to more boroughs. If you've been on stream, you've heard me say this. I want more boroughs like Queens, like Brooklyn, maybe give me some Staten Island, I'd love that. And that also means enterable buildings, interiors, and not just for missions. I want to be able to go maybe into the Empire State Building, onto Liberty Island where the Statue of Liberty is. Why don't you guys open up Yankee Stadium in the Bronx? You don't have to, I mean, I know it's copyrighted. You don't have to call it Yankee Stadium. You can call it something else. But how sick would it be to go to Yankee Stadium, or where the Mets play out in Queens, right? Like a baseball stadium, a football field, you know, something like that. I mean, they have Madison Square Garden. They should do Yankee Stadium. And they already have a fast travel system implemented into the game. So having that fast travel extend to a bunch of different boroughs, especially, like I said, with the new power of the PS5, it's inexcusable if the map, to me, isn't at least twice as big as it was in the original game. Yeah, I went there, man. Twice as big, I'm saying. I mean, if they just add Brooklyn, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to really be disappointed, because when this thing comes out, it's going to be the flagship #1 game for PS5, the must-have. You know, this and God of War are going to be the must-haves. So I think it needs to showcase the PS5's power by going and including a bunch of different boroughs and places for us to visit, interiors, pizza places. Why can't we go to pizza shops? It's such a small thing, but it would make the world feel more alive, lived in, and fun to explore. Okay, this one is a stretch, but if we could go underwater, how awesome would that be? But I know they're like, nah, that's not going to happen. Underwater, really, man? But, I mean, this game's all about collectibles, right? The time capsules, all this stuff that we've had to collect in these different Spider-Man games. Why not put some collectibles underwater in a shipwreck or something like that? A shipwreck sounds totally not right for New York, but, you know, something like that. That would be awesome if there were collectibles underwater or things like that that we could kind of encourage exploration. Because New York, dude, it's one of the most popular cities in the world, if not the most popular, and everybody wants to go be a tourist in New York and visit it as a city. And I know that's what I spend a bunch of my time doing, and clearly you guys love it too, because on stream when I title it New York City Exploration, you guys go crazy for that stuff. So encourage us to explore New York and make it a city even more worth exploring because it's good now, but especially since you guys have a new console generation to work with, make it great. And don't forget all the Marvel Easter eggs they got in here. They got Josie's bar from Daredevil, the Sanctorum Sanctum. Oh my god, you guys are going to flame me for that in the comments. Whatever Doctor Strange's headquarters are, that's in here. The Wakandan Embassy. So if you stretch out the map even more, make it bigger, then you can add even more Easter eggs for us to visit, whether it's Marvel or anything else that you guys want to reference, you know? You can add a bunch of like new parkour locations for Peter and Miles, maybe even a skating rink or something. Some awesome places. I don't know, man. A gymnastics, outdoor gymnastics thing where Peter could go and do even more parkour on. The possibilities are endless when you just make the map bigger. And I have no doubt they're going to do this. I mean, Insomniac, I don't think they can get away with using the same map as they did in the original for reasons previously mentioned, aka PS5. But the question now is, are they going to take the lazy route and say, oh, okay, here's Brooklyn? Or are they really going to go all out and make sure that the fans are pleased with this next installment? And I'm incredibly passionate about this because I really do think this could improve the game and make it better. Just look at Harry Potter. There's been a bunch of Harry Potter games that have been pretty linear. I know some of them are quote-unquote open world, but nobody has gone crazy for all those Harry Potter games as much as Hogwarts Legacy. Why? Because it's an RPG and it's open world. I'm not saying Spider-Man should become an RPG. What I'm saying is people want to have free roam Spider-Man. Open world Spider-Man where you can be free and explore New York as Spider-Man. That's what people want. Not just a linear story. Of course, the story needs to be awesome, and that is a huge part of why people play. It might be the main reason, but another huge reason is open world, baby. But yeah, we can open up a whole new can of worms here, talking about, oh, I want Peter to be able to take off his suit and you can go visit New York as just like a regular New Yorker, go do some everyday activities, play baseball. You know, you guys are going to go bonkers with that type of stuff in the comments. But for now, I just want New York to be bigger, expanded, but not just dead space. And you know what? It'd be pretty tough to make New York dead space because every inch of that city is lived in and stuff is always going down in New York, man. When is anything not going down in New York? It's the city that never sleeps, dude. But yeah, if we could have a bigger map that is densely packed like New York is in real life. Look at Cyberpunk. Everybody was kind of losing their mind when they heard that Cyberpunk was smaller than The Witcher 3. But then CD Projekt Red came out and said, no, no, no. It's smaller, but it's more densely packed. There are buildings with 4, 5, 6, 7, 50 floors that you can visit every single floor, and something is happening on every floor. Now, I'm not saying Spider-Man has to do that. All I'm saying is take that approach. Take a little, pointer from that, and I think it could really benefit this game. And because that's honestly, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's a complaint, but that's kind of something that's disappointing me right now, is that it's not as lively as it could be. And of course, we could get into a discussion about all the new suits we want to add, the new villains we want to see, the type of story we want, the characters we would get to play as and see. But that's where you guys come in, and that's what I said at the beginning of the video. I want you guys talk to me in the comments, tell me your wish list for Spider-Man PS5. Make it good stuff, but not unrealistic. Stuff that you think could happen, but that's juicy. I want to know, and I want to make a video about it as well. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. If you like this type of stuff, leave a like on this video, subscribe for more. Don't forget, I've been streaming a bunch lately. You guys have been seeming to love it, and I'm going to keep doing it. So make sure you tune in for those. Turn your notifications on so that you get notified every time I make a video or every time I stream. And yeah, without further ado, that's it, guys. See you next time, alright?